Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thank you so much for being here Monday, July 21st, and it is officially training camp week across the NFL and right here in Jacksonville, Florida. I am absolutely fired up for it. I mean, I'm so fired up, and I apologize for the late start this morning. Needed to cut the grass. It was getting pretty bad. You know how fast the grass grows at this time of year in Florida. Had to get it done this morning. And as I'm cutting the grass, listening to the Athletic Football Show, David Howman talking about how he wishes he could be in Jacksonville watching Travis Hunter this week, despite how hot it is. As I'm cutting my grass, absolutely drenched in sweat. Shirt is completely soaked. I'm like, yeah, we are so back. I'm thinking we're back. We're back like we never left. We're back better than we ever have been. Because Travis Hunter is in Jacksonville, and I cannot wait to see how that plays out in training camp. But yes, this is our training camp primer. Get training camp week started off on the right foot. Really appreciate y'all being here, supporting the channel. If you enjoy the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you're most looking forward to this Jaguars training camp. Fans are going to be allowed to attend a lot of these practices. I think pads are going to come on next week. I don't know if you're still able to get tickets. The tickets are free, right? But you got to go get them on the Jaguars website. I don't know if they're still available or if you missed your opportunity at this point, but hopefully I'll see some of y'all out there. If you see me, say what up, come say hello. Happy to meet people that watch the show and chat with y'all for a moment if I have some time. So really appreciate y'all once again. Did want to let you know, y'all might not know this. If you've ordered from us a lot at genjag.com/shop, you probably know, but every order does come with, as I'm trying to get this in focus, there we go, a old school Leaping Jag, right? Sticker, holographic sticker. So go check out genjag.com/shop. Maybe there's something there you'd like to pick up for yourself or a gift for someone else. Comes with a free holographic Leaping Jaguar sticker. Love that sticker. So getting into this training camp primer. It is the first training camp for Liam Cohen as a head coach, not just in Jacksonville, but anywhere. Grant Udinski as an offensive coordinator. Anthony Campanile as a defensive coordinator. Now, I do have to say he was a co-defensive coordinator in Boston College, at Boston College. I think it was 2018, maybe 2019. But at the NFL level, Anthony Campanile has not done this. A lot of the guys on the coaching staff have not done this. James Gladstone, it's his first training camp as well as a general manager. He hasn't done it at this level. Tony Baselli, right? First year as the leader of the team, right? Those three guys at the top, head coach, EVP, general manager. It's exciting stuff. It is very exciting stuff. But it's going to look and feel different than it has before. And if you've been at minicamp or OTAs or whatever, you've seen there's a different energy, a different vibe out there. There's no question about it. From the top down. And so it's going to be different. It's going to be new. And it is, again, first time for these guys. But I will say, based on what we saw at minicamp, OTAs, organizationally, during practice, you're not seeing a group that looks like they don't know what they're doing, that looks like they don't understand the rhythm and the cadence of how practice should run. They get it, certainly in terms of the just time, the organization of practice. So I'm excited to see them do it. Anthony Campanile, very excitable. Heath Farwell, very excitable, who's back in Jacksonville, obviously. Excited to see more of Grant Udinski and Liam Cohen and the rest of the coaching staff as well. But those are the big guys to think about. Remember, it is still just practice, right? This isn't the time for sweeping proclamations, good or bad. It's just not. Are you going to see some amazing plays in all likelihood from Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter? Yeah, for sure. But we've seen really bad Jaguars teams look good throughout training camp and the preseason. We've seen really good Jaguars teams not look so hot. So it's really just not the time to try to formulate strong opinions based on what you're seeing on the practice field. Really, it's just not. Now, obviously there are different circumstances that can lead you to having strong feelings one way or the other. But most of those really have less to do with practice and more to do with like if you're seeing a big picture situation happening, if there's an I word that pops up, different things. But it is still going to be really fun to see a lot of these guys out there in this new Liam Cohen offense, this new Anthony Campanile defense. Obviously, all eyes are going to be on Travis Hunter in a big, big way, and the passing game in general, right? Travis Hunter's first training camp in the NFL as a Jacksonville Jaguar. Most of y'all, I'm assuming, know, but like Travis Hunter is one of the biggest internet stars around. Obviously, he was unbelievable in college and played cornerback and wide receiver, went to Jackson State as a massive recruit for Deion Sanders to be with Deion Sanders, follows him to Colorado, plays unbelievably there, and he has his own YouTube channel. He streams on Twitch. He wins the Heisman at Colorado. He's the only player to, have that cornerback / defensive back designation, drafted in, the last 25, since Deion, really. I mean, I know you had some Champ Bailey, Charles Woodson, these guys playing both sides of the ball a little bit in college, but there's nothing like this. And again, back then, they weren't even as big of stars as Travis Hunter is because Travis Hunter has that following from YouTube, from Twitch, from being the Heisman, from being around Deion, from being a 5-star, all that stuff, right? Being the number one recruit. But how does the timeshare work on both sides of the ball? Will there be clarity as to how much he'll play on both sides? Will it work? So far, I think I would say it has, certainly. But we don't know. We just don't know. So far, it's looked good, but we don't know. And then just like the idea of Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr., De'Ami Brown catching passes from Trevor Lawrence, I mean, how good does that look? How good does that look? Because it should look really good early on. And I know, like last year, the defense was just way ahead of the offense to start training camp. Obviously, both units ended up being really bad last year. But I think that Liam Cohen, I think that Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, when he's on offense, not defense, these guys are going to want to pedal to the metal and not have these days where the defense dominates, right? But the defense is filled with prideful guys, talented guys too. So I think it's going to be really fun to see from a competitive perspective, all that stuff. But all eyes will be on Travis Hunter. And it's already, you've been able to see it. Like usually minicamp, from my recollection, is not open to fans, open to the public to come watch. But it was. Unbelievable turnout. Saw more people there at minicamp than I usually do at an average training camp practice. OTAs was open, right? People were able to come see that. Again, unbelievable turnout. And starting on Wednesday, when the Jaguars take the practice field at 8:15 a.m., I expect it to be a madhouse. I expect it to be unbelievable excitement and energy surrounding Travis Hunter. And that's really exciting. It absolutely is. So it's just a different situation. Like it's bigger than when Trevor Lawrence came in as the number one pick. It's obviously bigger than Trayvon Walker coming in, but it's just unprecedented here in Jacksonville and really across the league. There are some position battles, and we've talked about those a bit. At running back, I still think Travis Etienne has the pole position, so to speak, for the starting gig there, but definitely a lot of names to watch that the Jaguars have invested in at the running back position. Tank Bigsby ran well last year, but has the fumbling issues, can't pass protect very well, can't catch the ball out of the backfield very well. So there's some limitations there, but maybe the most talented, just pure running back in terms of just carrying the football on the team. Safety, going to be fascinating to watch that there. Eric Murray, I think, is going to start, but Caleb Ransaw, Andrew Wingard, Darnell Savage. Who is the other starter there? Left guard, can Wyatt Milam push Ezra Cleveland? Cornerback, how much is Travis Hunter out there at corner? Buster Brown versus Jarian Jones. That's gonna be big, right? Right tackle, that might be the biggest one right there. Can Anton Harrison kind of stake his claim to that spot? He needs to be able to. I'll tell you that much. He absolutely needs to be able to. I'm excited to see the rest of the rookie class too. Maybe some guys that aren't even starting. Excited to see the defensive line depth when you talk about adding Emmanuel Ogbah and DeJuan Smoot. Dennis Gardeck is starting on the PUP, so that is something to keep in mind. The Jaguars announced that over the weekend. But the rookie class, like Jack Kaiser, very impressive on tape. Bashal Tutin, very impressive on tape. Lee Quint Allen, all these guys, you go watch them, and there's reason for excitement. Jalen McLeod, how do they deploy him? Do you see him off the ball more? Do you see him on the ball? Do you see him dropping? Do you see him rushing? I think you're going to see all those things. Rayon Lane on special teams is going to be somebody to keep an eye on, and at safety. Jonah Monheim, does he feel like he has the strength once the pads come on to really compete? He's a smaller center prospect. He's got short arms. I know Trent Baalke would never have him in his training camp, but we no longer have Trent Baalke here in Jacksonville, right? So a lot of things to look at here from the rookie class. But again, Travis Hunter is going to be the star of the show, and rightfully so. But most excited really for Wyatt Milam and Caleb Ransaw to see them, because they have legitimate chances to try to find a way into the starting lineup at some point in year one. Offensive line versus defensive line, once you get those pads on, definitely interior will be fun. How's Eric Armstead doing? How's Mason Smith doing? But I really want to see good on the edge. Josh Hines-Allen, Trayvon Walker, Anton Harrison, Walker Little. I can't wait to see those matchups. I really can't. So that's kind of the primer. That's getting you ready. It's going to be all eyes on Travis Hunter. Obviously, how Trevor Lawrence performs in this new offense is going to be really interesting to follow. I might, for the first time since Trevor Lawrence's rookie year, I think actually keep a little bit of track of his performance statistically, which sounds insane. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might do it. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. It takes a lot of energy and effort to make sure you're getting everything down correctly, accurately. But it's a big year for him. There's no question. I believe strongly in Trevor Lawrence. I think that his play has shown a good quarterback, a really good quarterback. But a lot of folks nationally, locally, not so confident in their quarterback. So maybe I will keep track. We'll see. But it's all new. A lot of newness. Yes, you have your stars here that are sticking around. Trevor Lawrence, Josh Hines-Allen, Trayvon Walker. Your tackles are still here, although, Walker Little's first real opportunity to be the starting tackle. But it is a lot of newness mixed with a little bit of the previous regime still there. So going to be really fun to get out there. Going to be really hot. Fortunately for y'all fans, you get to sit in those bleachers with the nice shade, with the big-ass fans. Going to be awesome. But I wouldn't rather be anywhere else, and I'm really excited for it. And I really appreciate y'all tuning in, supporting this channel. And please, if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button. Comment helps the algorithm, helps us grow. And don't forget to check out genjag.com/shop to pick up some new Duval gear. We will be getting 2 shows out pretty much every day for you for the next, probably at least till the end of the season. And then we'll see how things are going. Again, really appreciate y'all. Have a good one.